FX Nation, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And in this video guys, what we're going to answer for you is, when is it okay for you to trade against your directional bias? So is there a way that you could safely, at all possible, trade against your directional bias? Let's talk about that, because I get that question asked a lot on this channel through your comments. So let's get you an answer, and let me show you some examples of how you can trade against your directional bias and still be successful. All right, so without further ado guys, let's get this video started. All right guys, so when we talk about trading against your directional bias, what do we mean by that? So first and foremost, right, we know that what we're trying to do, at least with us on this channel, what we talk about all the time is trading with market makers and basically trading in line with the market maker cycle, right? And so the cycle itself would be something like this, right? So here's the M, and then you have two pullbacks, and then your W. Right, so that would be the market maker cycle. The way that I like to trade, and that I've simplified my trading over the years, is simply to just find a closest peak formation. So find the peak formation here, and then trade away from it until I get to anywhere from 3 times up to 4 times ADR. And then I look for a reversal, let the reversal happen, and then now I'm trading, going up. So essentially that's, how I've made the strategy for me a lot more simpler, to just, not have to worry about counter trend trading or trading against your directional bias. But of course, there are people that literally just want to trade as much as possible and want to trade against the directional bias. So is there a way that you can do that safely? Yeah, there is. So if you just look at the market maker cycle that I drew there at the very top, what would be the obvious points that would allow you to go ahead and trade against the directional bias that you would have? So let's say in this example here of this cycle, so what would you consider your directional bias at this time right now? Would probably be to sell, right? If you're coming off of this right here, right? You're looking for sells. What's the best time to buy? Because you're going to have retracements, obviously. You're not going to have price action that just does a peak formation high and then just drops and then just does that. You're going to have pullbacks that happen. So the best way to trade against your directional bias is here in these pullbacks. Okay. Now, the first thing that I would do, if you're going to do this, is I would wait for you to have a confirmed peak formation. So I would wait for you to have a peak formation like this, a peak formation high, and then I would wait for you to make sure that you have a 13 and a 50 crossover of the EMAs. So 13 and 50 crossover, and this is on a 1-hour chart. Okay, so 1350 crossover, That must be in place. Once you have that in place, now you're going to have opportunities where you might be looking for sells, but the market needs to pull back to draw in more people. Okay. So if we just put in, let's say, the EMAs real quick, so we can look at this. Now you can see essentially that we have the crossover 13 and 50 here, right? So that essentially confirms that we have a peak formation high. We just came off of a reset peak formation high. So what we're looking for now is we're strictly looking for sells, or I would be strictly only caring about selling. I wouldn't care too much about buying, because when you're buying against your directional bias, if you're going to do that, you need to make sure that you understand that it's a short term buy. So it's a short term trade, right? The only way that you would ever hold against your directional bias is if you think it's going to be like a reset, or a situation like this where you're coming off a peak and it resets, and then that's different. But for this specific example, if we just go into replay mode real quick, and let's go into the 15-minute time frame, and let's go into each specific day here. You're going to see that after you get the crossover, after you get a 1350 crossover on the 1 hour time frame, you will get opportunities to buy. Okay, there will be some trade setups to buy, and so here would be one on a London session where you get a quarter wood here, and this would be a good buy, right? And ultimately, you could see that in the U.S. session, you end up getting a reversal to go back in that same directional bias. Here, you get a sell. So depending upon how deep that cycle is going to go, there are going to be opportunities for you to get those buy options. Okay, but a couple things that I would consider, strongly consider, if you're going to take trades against your directional bias, is the first thing is I would only take type 1 trades going back up. Okay, I would only take type 1 trades, and I would take also type 2 trades going back up. That's it. Those two specific trade patterns. Why? Because those two specific trade patterns typically they give you a chance basically to get the best possible buying scenario. Meaning, like, if you were to get a London or an Asian session here, and let's say you're coming off of a peak formation up here and you're going down, you had a crossover up here, the 13 and 50, right? This is the bottom of the Asian range. This is the top of the Asian range. The 50 and the 200 EMAs are going to be up here. So they give you the best possible scenario that you can use those EMAs for take profit points. So let's say if you get a type 1 that does this, you can take profit at the 50, 200, one of those two EMAs. Same thing if you get a type 2, which is here, you're able to to take profit using the EMAs. So that's why if you're going to do this, I would strongly recommend doing it with only a type 2 or a type 1 type of pattern. Okay. Now, that's one way that you can go ahead and trade against a directional bias, right? Is you have your market maker cycle, right, which is this here, right? That creates a cycle that could be anywhere from 2.5 times to 4.5 times ADR, right? So that's the one thing, is finding buys in these areas. The second way that you can go against your directional bias, and this is the way that I prefer, and that is basically trading the US session. When you trade the US session, you're able to trade in both directions because you're looking for one of two trade setups is what you're looking for in the US session. You're looking for either a continuation trade or a reversal trade. That's it, right? So if you had, let's say your Asian session here, and let's say you had a type 1 happen during London, well, during the US session, you should get probably a reversal, right? And that reversal trade, that's what allows you to trade against the directional bias. But again, it's a short-term trade and you're typically going to the 50. And that's it. On the other way would be if you get, let's say, a multi-session reversal. So let's just say, again, we're coming off a peak formation high. So theoretically, our directional bias is a sell. And let's say that we end up getting something like this during London, it goes sideways, and then during the US session, you get that, right? This typically goes maybe to the 200 EMA, you take profit, and then it starts to go back down again. So you could have, could be like your London box here, and your US box is here. The first leg is obviously in the London box, second leg would be in the US session. All right, so it could be a scenario like that. So either one of those two scenarios would be something that I'm looking for specifically for me that works best for me if I want to trade against a directional bias. All right, so two ways to go ahead and trade against a directional bias that I would recommend, right? Like we talked about when we draw out the market maker cycle, the buys are going to be here, right? And then also, for me specifically, the best option for buys is going to be during the US session when you get reversals. Okay, so those are the two that I would recommend that you use if you're looking to trade against the directional bias and get as many trades as possible. Like I always tell everyone, if you're going to do this, back test it first so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so you can see what I'm talking about, back test it. Back test it first. It does not hurt to back test so you can see this previously and see how they develop. It's hugely important to understand how they develop. All right? So I hope that you found this video helpful, and I hope it brings you some value in answering, again, another question that you guys have asked in the comments. And I'm going to continue to answer these questions in all the next upcoming videos because there's a lot of questions to ask, or to answer, I should say. All right. So guys, again, if you need any help with any of this, with peak formation highs, resets, and all that stuff, we have FXN Plus to help you with that. For the next 30 days, you will be getting the Blueprint Summit videos, 14 hours, 9 sessions long, that really go into detail about this, entries, exits, psychology, risk management, like literally everything you could want to know. All right. So anybody who joins FXN Plus for the next 30 days will be able to get access to those videos. Guys, thank you so much for watching the videos. Please like and share the content so I can keep producing these videos out for you and keep providing value for you guys. Thank you so much and enjoy the great rest of your week.